Alright, I'm good when you guys are.
Alright.
Okay.
So I guess, this is casual. This is like casual as hell. I mean, you know what? If you've seen any of our shows, this is like the start now. If I want it to be, I don't care.
This is also my first time on the show, so
I'd much rather this, dude.
Yeah. So hey, everyone.
Tim and Nathan do the games.
Dude, that's by the start. Nice.
I'm here with Ben or Confica, not Jim, because he doesn't want to. And
Jim's
also
typically cleaning buildings.
Termy or oh shit, I forgot your name again. I'm sorry.
You lost it.
This
Nice.
Tim Grant or Termy, the
Tim Grant.
lead art. Well, what are the art designers? How would you say? What was your title at the studio? Would you say?
We kind of bounce around everywhere. We don't really do titles, but like when we're talking to people that need them, lead artists.
Confica, fight me.
Lead artist of
Yeah.
Blade Symphony, basically. New game on Steam, early access.
Confica, fight me. Fight me. Okay, so yeah, this is Blade Symphony. It's just come out on Steam and like in early access, and I guess you could say you were like on the Kickstarter boat like right when it launched.
Oh, this was before the Kickstarter boat.
We kind of beat the Kickstarter boat just briefly,
exactly.
like, and it's a shame because I mean, like, about 3 months after we did, people like Tim Schafer,
Tim
with
Schafer,
like,
the
Double Fine and all
$1 million
that,
project,
and like Veronica Mars and all this kind of stuff started popping up, but we still reached our goal. Like it was our goal was a lot less than any of those. I think we're at like 25k. We reached it pretty quick, and then there was a long bit of silence while we worked our asses off trying to get it to a state where it was ready to play.
Yeah. So you guys are Puny Human Games, right? So and your first game was Dystopia, which I heard of a while ago, and I think I've downloaded it once, and they weren't on any Australian servers, so I didn't play. But,
come on, guys.
Yeah. Like we started as a mod. Dystopia wasn't a like commercial project. It was just us, messing around, seeing if we could do something cool. We kind of kicked ass with it. Like we got I think last time we checked it was like 750,000 downloads.
Wow.
And we also hold the title of first mod on Wikipedia. We actually allowed, like, it was our mod that got us on Wikipedia, which is kind of a weird claim to fame, but yeah.
That's alright.
Yeah, like you're definitely one of the more popular ones. And
yeah.
I guess in terms of Blade Symphony, that's gonna come out, I guess, sometime this year probably.
Yeah, we're hoping so.
It's a sword fighting game. It's pretty much from what I can tell what you want it to be, the sword fighting game.
It's definitely got inspiration from Jedi Knight Jedi Academy, as has been said, and it's pretty apparent because it's pretty damn fluid compared to if you've ever played Jedi Knight Jedi Academy. It's definitely a big homage, and it's fun. It is very freaking fun.
Yeah, it basically works on a series of you got strings like down the bottom left. Down the bottom left is your HUD, where you see like where you are in your string. That's kind of like what attack you'll do. If 2 attacks hit, you'll parry like that, and you just got to win.
Yeah.
Except you got a really neat little feature where it's not like per server. Of course, you can host more than just 2 people, or else that'd be a waste. So I'm going to show this off now that I've died. You can actually go and view different arenas where different people are playing. Like right now, these are 2 other people who are playing, and then over here in the cloister, 2 more people are playing, and then back in the antechamber we got some dudes fighting with swords, and so you can fit a lot of people on these maps because it's big maps and they're actually all interconnected. In the free-for-all mode, you can just run around and like fight anyone you want. But in these ones, it's just 3 arenas per map. And I think that's something really interesting you did. Like, that's very cool.
Yeah, you could have easily sectioned it off. I know in a lot of sword fighting games, going to call Jedi Knight Jedi Academy, there are multiple arenas, but they're all sealed off, and it doesn't feel quite connected.
Yeah. Well, like it's kind of cool to be able to watch. Like it makes the environment feel a little bit more alive when you can see other people fighting in other arenas. Like in this case, you can only see one of the other arenas, but like on Winter, you can pretty much see every fight happening from every other arena, which is kind of cool. It feels a little bit more epic. But the main reason it was done was as a lobby systems to us aren't that much fun.
Yeah.
So we figured, like, maybe see if we can kind of make it a little bit less shit.
Yeah, like you
I mean,
still
it's almost
wait.
like
You still
it's like a
wait, but there's
dynamic
like there's
lobby
more
system.
slots for it,
Hmm.
and it,
Yeah,
it gives you
like,
a nice
I mean, we
angle
can
to
fit.
view.
Yeah. We can have like I think we support up to 32 players on a server, and that's like six people playing concurrently, and then the rest of them basically fill out the other area. And it seems to work for the most part. Some people bitch about having to wait, but I mean, we've got plans to kind of hopefully make spectating a little bit more entertaining, like potentially ways of earning more, perhaps by betting on fights that you're watching and things like that.
Yeah, like there's
Yeah.
a currency system. I'll show off the customization menu right now. And this will
'Cause
be a
it's
good chance to talk about
good
the
system.
actual game again. There's 3 classes. The Judgment is basically your standard sort of fighter. Phalanx is like a fencer, so he's got a lot of pokes and stuff like that. And Ryoko is like a breakdance man. I don't even know. You gotta see
It
it. to
reminds.
believe
It's like think of Volvo off Soul Calibur or something like that. Very
Yeah.
agile.
It's
There's
kinda
a lot
like
of
that.
Yes, you
jumping.
got it. Holy crap, I'm
Doesn't
so
keep
glad
his
someone
feet on the
referenced
floor
that.
for most of the time.
Honestly,
Honestly, if we could get a Volvo skin for him, I'd probably play him a lot more. But right now, the
I
Knight
think
is
that it
probably
might be
my
a bit.
favorite.
I'd get scared. I don't want that.
Volvo isn't scary. He just wants to be loved.
Volvo is like the original pedophile.
Okay, getting off track here. Always comes back to the pedophiles.
Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, there's so much to talk about this game.
We do not endorse that, by the way. Puny
Sorry, this is Jim and Nathan
Puny
and Ben,
Humans Incorporated does not
Jim and Games.
endorse pedophilia, no matter how much Volvo is in their game.
Oh wow. Okay, here we go.
Yeah,
Now I've got to say, just talking about the individual classes, I found Knight. He's the heavy hitter guy, and he's really fun to play. Like, he's probably my preferred method. He's, oh god, I'm just going to use Soul Calibur references, but he's like Nightmare. He's got strong attacks.
Yeah.
He beats people. He beats the crap out of people. Whereas a lot of people rely on positioning, the Knight can just go for it. If you
Well, he can go for
Yeah,
it, but he's
really.
like a little bit slow as well. So you
Yeah.
gotta really pick your attacks.
you gotta commit.
This player will really punish Knight if you leave yourself open for it. But if you get hit with a heavy, like even just a tier 1 heavy, you're gonna lose a chunk
Yeah.
of health.
it really sucks to
At
get hit
least,
by heavy
yeah, about
attacks.
half. Some of them hit multiple times. It looks really impressive, and it does a lot of damage.
Yeah, you can charge up your attacks as well, as you're occasionally seeing on the screen here. So you can charge them up. If you charge them up to like level 3, which is the maximum, they'll do a different animation. Sometimes quicker, sometimes slower, but it's different. You've added in the feature you run faster when you're charging now to stop people running away.
Yeah, it was kind of like a and I don't think I definitely didn't come up with the idea. Our gameplay guy Flux did, but he's like the basically the lead on the project. But he was kind of thinking of ways to make it a little bit more like Jedi Knight actually, and it's all about rewarding aggressive play, and the idea being that if you're charging an attack, the longer you're charging for, the faster you'll move, so you can basically like charge and charge in at
Yeah.
the same time.
And you don't necessarily
that
have to
seems to
keep
be
it all the
working.
way to level 3. You can like let it go early.
Yeah, well, like that's it. Like, you get that little starburst when you hit level 2, and you can get like a bunch of damage. Hell, you could even let it go before you hit level 2.
Now I really want some Starburst.
It's still
Never described it that way,
My
but
apologies.
now that you say it. Yeah, that's handy. You got throws as well, which
We got
maybe
throws,
not
we've
as
al-
useful in like Street Fighter, Super Tech mind games,
Yeah.
but it works like if you get behind someone and they whiff an attack, it does quite a bit of damage.
Or if
Yeah.
they're blocking, they're just spam blocking. Like, there's always that one guy that just blocks and just blocks. But yeah,
Yeah,
you can
like
punish
you,
them through a
Contrica.
power attack. Oh, I'm sorry. Getting personal now. Mentioning stuff that Nathan sucks at, there's a projectile attack, which is, it's good for breaking up the gameplay, but it's also really spammable. And you know who spams it?
You got to learn how to learn how to
Yes.
counter it, man. It's
Yeah.
in the game for a reason. It's a strategy.
We're stuck. Totally. Like, I was about to say that because it's like, but I sound like a broken record saying it at this point. But like, we're kind of trapped on the whole because it's previous vocabulary. Like, we talk about things like whiffs and throws, and you talk about them in a fighting game context. But like, the main reason we've got throws is for people that just won't stop blocking. And obviously, like, it's the same reason you use it in Street Fighter, but it kind of works a little bit differently with Blade Symphony. But even more so with the projectile, like the throwing stars. The main reason they were even put in was to basically combat people running away.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you can auto-block them by just standing still, and if you're facing the player, or if you're facing the star,
if you're
auto-block
walking
them.
towards them, you'll block them. So it's not really that much of a problem.
That's it. So, like, the main thing, I mean, like, they've got a really long warm-up before they're through, so the idea is as soon as you see someone lining up for that throwing star, you charge the hell out of them, and you basically finish them for
Yeah, because, I mean, I'll demonstrate now.
incident
It's got, like,
tricks.
the longest wind-up. As you, I'm not sure if this guy's going to counter it, or if he even knows what's going on. Because I think a few of these people right now are new to the game, because, like I said, it's just been released, I guess, publicly on Steam in early access. This is beta. Not sure if I said it. It's beta. It's very beta.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've tricked people with the environment, like, and I'm like sort of patting myself on the back for it, but we've kind of tricked people into thinking it's a lot further along than it is with the environmental stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
it looks fully fledged and like everything's there visually.
Yeah, like, I mean, and the fact of it is, I mean, like, I don't know how familiar most people are with game development, but it's different people that do the environment than do the gameplay, and
that's why there's so many
like,
hats in
different guys that
TF2.
animates. Exactly, I mean, like, 'cause the art guys can just sit in the corner and just churn out hats because they take 20 minutes each.
Exactly.
While the system mechanics guys take a break and pat themselves on the back for a job well done.
Break. Like, they're just like, thank God we added hats because it's taken so much longer. Although we can't really talk with masks.
Yeah, you got masks
like,
going on.
Confirmed first. You heard it first. Hats in Blade
Hats in
Symphony.
Blade
Here we
Symphony.
go.
I want a top hat mask.
Also,
that's totally going to happen. It's going to be a phalanx thing. I mean, look at that skin. Like, look at the one that Generic's wearing at the
Yeah, I mean,
moment.
come on. Like
That needs a top
this
hat.
is like
And
a
monocle.
what is that? Like a string done up vest I got on, and some
Yeah.
sort of mecha
I
arm.
really don't apply
Actually,
this
let's
out,
talk
but
about
this
the
is
art
great.
style because like you do that. That's your job.
Alright, so the only thing was like, well, like for that particular skin that you guys are seeing at the moment, that's Phalanx's secondary skin.
Isn't it its third
It was
one?
actually influenced a lot. Oh, good
I think I know this game better than you.
The tech one.
Excuse me.
Dude, it's just a blur for me at this point, I'll be honest. Overall, like, I mean, we kind of frame all the skins for the characters, at least by their faction. There's 3 factions in the game.
Yeah, so that's like that's some hidden lore in there that I guess you haven't fully released yet because I didn't know about that.
Ooh, I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, so like, so you've got like Phalanx, Phalanx, Knight, and Vagrant are basically one of each of the factions currently. And there's 3 factions. You've basically got the, and I'm probably going to butcher this a little bit, and Flux is going to murder me for making it wrong. But anyway, you've got the Black Rose, which are essentially the old guard. Like they were basically like the police, and the government, all that kind of stuff, up until a point. And then you had the Hokusen, which is what Phalanx is from, who were more like the Illuminati or the assassins that were basically doing all the dirty work for the Black Rose. They basically staged a coup, and then you've got the Greater Wing, which is like the current government, and then you've got the Vagrants, which is like Ryoku, who is essentially like they don't want any part of that shit. Like they just want to live their lives and do their thing, and it's got to the point where they also have to fight. Or breakdance.
So yeah, I mean, like
So
you've thought about it quite a bit, obviously. So there's stuff there. Like you gotta.
Well, there's
You have
there's
stuff
like
going
basic
on.
seeds that we've pretty much built upon. I mean, like you'll notice with all of Ryoku's skins, they're all quite casual. I mean, he's got like the like checkered belt and the leather pants and fucking stripy shirts and shit. And there's like one that makes him look almost like a lumberjack because of the whole
Yeah, I
vagrant.
saw that one.
Yeah. Like, I mean, the idea with the vagrants is they're not just street vagrants. They're basically like people that don't want any part of this kind of civil war thing that's going on. So we've kind of spread that one character as far as we can to that point. Same thing with Ryoku. Like Ryoku's got like his default ceremonial, which is like the red and grey skin, default one. And then you've got like the dark tech looking one, which would be more like maybe what he'd wear when he was going to assassinate someone. And then finally you've got the fancier looking one, which was being worn before, which is kind of like might be what he goes to like official ceremonies and shit in. So that's a rough idea.
In case he
Similar
has to go
situation
to
with
a
Knight.
funeral, you know, if he killed someone and maybe decided to show
Yeah,
up.
he's very respectful assassin. Gotta say, goes to funeral, pays his respects, buys flowers.
Slices
I'm gonna
people's
point out,
faces.
the person I'm up against is rank 11 in the world, so I'm getting wrecked, and don't make me feel bad because I'm getting wrecked. Because
To be fair though, I was ranked like 10 in the world at some point because there's not so many. There wasn't as many people playing before. Hopefully that changes now that it's open on Steam.
Dude, I can be
change,
both
I
of
believe.
you. I was ranked 2 in the world
Oh my
until
God.
we were leaked.
Well, then you should definitely beat this guy because I'm getting my ass kicked.
And yeah, you can see like
Come here.
in this in the interface here, like you can choose to just watch. You can choose to queue up. In fact, me and Termy might just go to the cloister and have a little game there,
Right on, man.
just to show off that feature. Because antechamber, come on, there's only so much antechamber we can handle. Actually, no, the map's
Cloister's
gonna
a
change soon.
nicer looking area as well.
Oh.
Yeah, so it is.
Yeah, so when the map's about to change, it's
I hope we
gonna...
go to the rooftop map. That's a very pretty map.
I like the
Very Neo-Tokyo
the
inspired.
cliffside map you got. The little monk temple is really cool.
That's the one that's like just about finished.
It's not finished?
Just to not quite. We're just doing a little bit of tweaking to do. Yeah, but like just to give you guys a rough idea. I don't know if you want the background or not, but there is essentially only 4 art guys working on all this stuff.
Wow.
It's basically myself, another guy by the name of Samuel Rice Spire, who's done like a lot of the statues and a lot of the other stuff. We got a guy he's in the US. We got a guy in the UK called Fug. Chris is his real name, which is probably a bit nicer. He actually came to us like via like during the beta when we were still a mod. He was doing like a lot of stuff. And we ended up like pulling him onto the team because he was doing really cool work. And Fedio as well, who's with us from Dystopia. He's been with us for a while now. But yeah, like basically 4 guys at this point.
I mean,
to do all this
with
stuff.
4 guys, you've created some really inspired art, basically. Like, you could have gone easy. You could have just made swordmans, medievals, chivalry-esque.
Let's get someone over in the waterfall
keeps,
right
and
now.
then you stab people. But you've got Neo-Tokyo, you've got so many different places you've taken inspiration from, and it's fucking awesome.
I mean, look at this.
Well, there's like a little bit of story behind it.
Neo policeman look going on there.
Yeah.
This is like my ode to Dystopia. The helmet was basically like plonked on after I did the skin for it. Yeah, what can I say? I like the cyberpunk stuff.
How do you put the sword away again? I forgot. Is it B? No.
I've rebound all my keys. I think it's Q for me. I think it's B for you.
Yeah, here we go.
Maybe.
So we got a little idle animation, Street Fighter-esque, bouncing back and forth.
Oh man, you got a
Just a
cane,
little
a
bit. And
cane sword.
A nice jog.
Oh, look at that jog animation.
Jog's nice.
Gonna go for a little
Yeah,
walk
dude,
on
he
the
just
beach.
goes for a run. Like he poses no threat. He's just walking through the water.
They could
Oh,
just,
then
you could make this
he's stabbing you.
you can make this a Family Man simulator if you wanted. You got all the animations there.
You just need to get little Ryoku, little kid, going for a walk.
Maybe Family Man
Oh,
God
this is
Assassin.
weird.
You should make
You know what's
a,
weird? Playing this game with a low ping. Holy crap! It's so odd. I'm not used to it. I'm used to playing on the US server.
yeah,
with the other devs.
something to keep in mind. Well, at least before you went open, we set up an Australian server, but now there's 3 official Australian servers. That are all
Yeah,
up.
we fired them up just today because we noticed that like almost 6% of our sales so far have been Aussie, so that's amazing. Like, I mean, considering our population and everything, that's pretty impressive. So we've got like a 2v2, a 1v1, and a free-for-all server up for any of the Aussies that want to play.
Yeah, so
What's that?
we haven't been left in the
Australian-inspired
dust.
character coming soon.
Oh my god, boomerang.
Well, the-
Boomerang sword.
Dude, we can have a cork hat mask.
Oh,
If you don't make a
amazing. Oh, I would-
didgeridoo skin for a sword,
Didgeridoo skin for the cardboard tube, and we're done.
We've got it. Oh, we've got it. That's great.
that's good stuff. You need to represent
Norman
the Australian
Guns.
community.
Norman Dunst would be proud.
Stuck in the ice now.
That's a really vague reference.
Yeah, so I think that's a running joke in our show. I don't even know anymore. What is our show?
no.
Wait, vague references or a running joke in the show? Is that what you meant?
No, Norman Dunst. We'll go away from that.
Norman
so,
Gunston.
So you
That's a good
mentioned before that it's a possibility that you're going to integrate Workshop into the game. Steam Workshop.
Yeah, like we've got a handful of like big things that we still haven't got to yet because we've kind of been focusing on combat gameplay first. The
definitely.
main thing we're tricking around with at the moment is free for all stuff because free for all, like it's in, but it's a little bit jank at the moment.
It's the casual mode for people who don't want to be serious.
Yeah, pretty much. Like it's still ranked and everything, and you can still like kind of key up private duels, which is fun. But yeah, it's basically like the equivalent of deathmatch. But we're looking at other modes. We've been playing with the idea of doing a King of the Hill type mode where you're basically like fighting to control an area and things like that. We've also got betting. I don't know if I should be talking about this stuff yet, but fuck it. We're thinking about doing betting, where you basically like bet the in-game currency, which is notes, so you can essentially make your way to getting more purely cosmetic items.
We've promised it now. I mean, it's in the game.
I mean, yeah.
Can't go back on that.
So yeah, we're thinking about doing betting. We're thinking about doing more of FFA. We've been looking at what we need to do to get, like, we've already our back end, like our stats back end. I don't know how much you guys have looked into it, but we do a lot with stats. We've actually already built that to support future, like adding Steam economy, no, Steam items and Steam Workshop into the game.
Oh,
we're not
like,
planning any time.
Steam inventory, you
Go
mean?
ahead.
Like stuff like that, or?
Yeah, that's the overarching idea.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
So you'll be able to do like trading of swords and fun stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, I mean, like this, for us, it's cosmetic items. It doesn't give you any sort of advantage in gameplay. It's just for fun. Like,
Oh, speaking of
I like
advantage,
sword.
though, I don't think I've actually mentioned that there are different types of swords.
Yeah.
Like, the one I'm using right now, the foil, which you nerfed to hell, and I hate you for it.
It's still good.
It used to stab, and it used to not do as much side damage, and now it just doesn't do as much side damage. But it's good against. It recovers from counters.
It's balanced now. That's why you don't like it.
Well, yeah.
This is Nathan's bitter voice. You nerfed my favorite
You nerfed
thing.
Phalanx. You nerfed the foil. You made the game worse, really.
God. No,
That was the overall goal.
Oh wow, you guys.
Well,
Nathan's being
it's not
very
so much that
cruel.
we're trying to ruin the game, it's that we're trying to ruin the game for you.
Exactly.
Well, that's why I
the
brought
game
this.
will be Nathan-proof.
I've
and we will all be happy.
actually put a poison capsule. That's gonna end at the end of this Google Hangout. So,
Nice.
This interview will never end.
well, not for you anyway.
Oh.
It won't end because you'll be
there's
dead.
more stuff.
But yeah, I mean, you're working on balancing. I mean, you even went so far as to remove Ryoku for a bit because he was a bit
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, like we basically did the test balancing with basically knight versus knight, and then we put phalanx in. It's like knight versus phalanx, and then phalanx versus phalanx. Like, because it's kind of like an exponential rise in how balanced are our characters, because they've all got unique moves and all that kind of stuff. So you can't just
Definitely.
apply the same rules to everyone. We've just recently added Ryoku. We've changed a couple of Knight's moves. Knight's now got a couple more stabby moves, so it actually
I've
makes
noticed
foil
that.
half worth using. He didn't have any stabs before, so like you'd be an idiot for you, or maybe not an idiot, but just misinformed if you were choosing Knight with a foil. Now he's a little bit more realistic to use with a foil. And we just got Ryoku back in, and if I remember rightly, once we've got the reaction animations done, we're going to be working on Pure, who is the currently Reddit out character.
Yeah, he looks like
Ooh.
another sort of. He looks
Did
in
you
the
say
same vein. Is it?
Ah, dude.
Nathan,
It's a
Oh,
she, it's
I'm
not a female
sorry.
character.
Okay, maybe I'll look at that later.
Nathan
It
is
doesn't
a
help that
raging
she's
Don't
Fair
expect me to
enough.
know this stuff. Yeah, I mean,
Um,
for all I know, Phalanx could be a
yeah,
chick. I don't know. Big legs. Chun-Li's got
a
big legs.
really beefy dude. So Pure's our first female character. She's the same faction as Phalanx. So like she's got kind of cold, calculated style, like quite buttoned down.
I like that.
Which works really well with a female character for obvious reasons, like because it's interesting, you know.
Because all women are bitches and cold and calculating.
Whoa.
That's all we know.
Whoa, Conjugal.
hey. So she's the next female character we've got coming in. We've also got a female version of Knight that's completely been modelled, but not even a little bit near animated yet.
I guess the next
And then
female
we'll have a
character
female version
should
of
probably
Vagrant.
be like, I don't know, half naked with a flower stick or something. Big eyes.
Oh,
Following
dude.
the
Pink kimono.
We're definitely not
cartoony
playing
anime
the-
eyes.
But yeah, so that's the like we've definitely got like female versions of characters planned for basically all 3 factions, and then after that when we've got like 3 of each, like 3 female, 3 male for basically like 1 of each faction, female, male. Then we'll basically see where we go from there. But at that point, like there's going to be so many different moves and so many different ways to play the game.
Checkmate, feminists.
Yeah, well, exactly. Like
gender equality, the video game. Here we go.
Gender equality and swords.
Really, gender equality.
What more could you want? What more could you want?
Basically, yeah.
Gender equality and swords.
Add a gunblade in, you'll be set. That won't be OP.
So that's the overall plan, like character-wise. But I mean, we've essentially got 1 character animator, and he's working his ass off to get things done as quickly as possible.
His new animations for Ryoko are sick, by the way. Give him a nice
you
hug.
Like?
Internet hug. Yeah, I do love them.
Give him a hug. Like, go to get satisfaction and be like, new animations are fucking pimped.
Cool.
Good luck getting the other one sorted. Because he's caught a lot of flack, like getting. Some of our animations aren't perfect.
Oh yeah, some of the older ones. Yeah, I've heard. Yeah. Some of the reaction ones. You said on Reddit. Well, someone said on Reddit. One of the devs said that some of the older animations are going to be redone soon.
Yeah, well, like we've already done some of them, but there's still a bunch to do, and they kind of stick out like a sore thumb now because it's been a while. Like I mean, from like they're basically leftovers at this point from when the game was a mod, which is unfortunate. But what can you do?
Well, that definitely settles, you know, because a lot of people, especially on Reddit, they're quite critical of some of the earlier animations, and they do feel a bit work in progress. But you know, the game's a beta, and if they're changing, you know, that's very good news for the game because the new animations with Ryoko are fantastic. And if the game, if the animator, the Mr. Animator, managed to bring everything up to Ryoko's animations, it'd be amazing because those are some good ass animations.
They're pretty rad. Yeah. Like, and I mean, we're happy to cop flack on it because we are conscious of the issues that are there. But he's got a heart too, and sometimes it's a little bit broken when the internet hate machine gets going.
Well, we all know artists have heart. It's the programs that don't have heart.
Well, he's our fucking lead gameplay programmer as well, dude.
Oh, sorry,
he's playing double duty. But yes, that's like, I mean, you just got a forecast for what we're doing for the next couple of months to get the game to.
One thing I want to touch on, you might not be able to hear this because Nathan's sound doesn't have some music, but I've chucked my music straight up because the music you've added in this update is fantastic. Was the music added recently?
Yeah, I think it was the latest update, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's quite good.
We've got like a composer by the name of Tom Stoffel. The guy is amazing. He
really does capture the mood
the style.
of the game. Because there's lots of different tracks that can be quite mellow and calm, but then some of the tracks can be quite chaotic.
We worked with him quite closely. I mean, like early on, he basically gave us some soundboards to basically like say, "Oh, do you guys like this? How about this? How about this?" kind of thing, and he checked out the game and we talked what we were looking for. He pretty much knocked it out of the park. Like, more props to him. Like, that's all his work. So yeah, it sounds really cool.
I'm getting absolutely wrecked by Ryoku. I really hope you watch this and just like deem he's OP.
Well, no, he won't because you're Nathan, and we're balancing the game around Nathan.
To be fair, I'm not really doing anything to like counter his tactics, but you know, he's OP. Come on, he's beating me. He's OP.
You think Ryoku is OP?
Yeah, that's
Learn to
what
block, son.
I don't have blocking.
Oh,
I have a foil. Foils don't block.
I have a right-click button. I forgot. Sorry.
All my foil does is this fake thing which it doesn't care about because he'll just attack into it. Also, was it a conscious design decision to make the foil's fake charge not speed you up?
I think. Wait, it doesn't.
It doesn't. No, it was mentioned in the patch notes.
This is like the gap in my gameplay. It must have been if it was mentioned in the was it mentioned in the patch notes as a change, or was it mentioned in the patch notes as a bug?
Well, obviously, because you're complaining about Nathan, the
it was intentional.
Concept of bouncing around Nathan is obviously working.
Jesus, you really just hate foil. May as well just remove it now.
We don't hate foil. We just found because that was the other reason we have the stats. I mean, because it lets us look at trends and all that kind of stuff that are popping up, and we found that way too many were using and consistently winning with foil, which points out essentially a gameplay weakness. So that's the main reason it got a bit of a nerf. So basically, like when that problem popped, well, not problem, but that statistic popped up, we had our guys basically like hammer away on it and see if it was actually OP, and it seemed
so
that
you
it
guys,
was.
that's good. You guys are not going from the gut and felt like you guys are not going from the gut. You've actually got stats behind what you're balancing, which is fantastic. Because
Yeah, well, like we capture pretty much everything at this point, like every win, loss, and by how much, and all that kind of stuff. If you guys haven't checked out our stats, I recommend everyone do so, because our back-end guy, Mindstorm
your
Master, has done
website's great.
An amazing job.
Your
on it.
website tracks like every game that's on every server.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
So you can see just
He's
how
the
much
same guy that
you
did
beat
our
someone
stats for
or have
Dystopia.
been beaten.
He's a genius, and obviously, like, there takes a bit of plugging in to actually get the servers to send that info. But I don't know. We like stats. We're stats nerds.
Stats are great.
We
Who
want to
doesn't
see
like
what's
stats?
going on.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, awesome. Because yeah, you guys are really good with feedback. So you balance around these stats, which is great. That's a really good way. That's a good way of keeping balance. Because too many companies these days, there'll be an outcry in the community. Oh, this is this, and it can destroy the game because you'll just nerf everything down, and the game.
Well, the vocal
becomes
people aren't always the ones that you need to listen to. Like sometimes the people that are quiet are the ones that need to be heard. As bad as that sounds, we do, like, we obviously read feedback, and the vocal people do get heard. But like say we've got a bunch of people saying that foil is OP in the forums, that might tell us to look at the stats and see if it reflects their opinion, and then after that we'll mess around with it, and it's kind of like multiple stage process to work out what we do.
All right, screw this guy. I'm going to
yeah.
waterfall. Seriously, like.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
man,
guy
I
is
don't know
he's
what
ranked
to
8 in the world. He's ranked 8 in the world. He's ranking up. He's moving up in the world. That guy is very good. Rainbow Thugs, if you ever see this video, you're really good at this game, and you should go outside.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
shout
Keep
out to that
Go, bro.
asshole Rainbow Thugs.
playing.
Have some stars, man. Have some stars.
I just had enough from him. Like.
Now, I don't want to turn this show into questions I don't know the answer to, but how do you actually earn notes? The currency of Blade Symphony?
Yeah, I think that's one thing that isn't made quite clear.
I can earn that one. I can earn that one. I can explain that one. It's basically by playing. When you win or lose, you gain notes.
Do you get one note per game?
No, you get a bit more than that. You get like, I think it's 10 per win and 5 if you lose, or something along those lines. We need to explain it better. That's definitely understood, because people have asked that question so many times.
It's in beta. It's in beta. It's fine.
Have a nice
it's
little.
fine.
You got probably the shining point of this game, which doesn't mean some of the other elements are lacking, just because it's so goddamn good. Is the interface of this game. The menu system is just
I
fantastic.
do like the menus. The menu's very nice.
So if you were to
It
create,
definitely doesn't
another
look like Source, right?
yeah, it doesn't look like Source at
Please.
all. It looks like
Please, as long as it doesn't look like Source.
no Source. Resume, new game, load, option menu crashes. None of that. It's very
Although
far. It's the
it does have
antithesis
developer
of the
console.
Source
You
menu.
can never escape that.
Oh.
We were thinking about disabling it, but some people like being able to, like, just pull down the console, type in map, and load.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
I don't think if you ever disabled it, people would like come to your house and kill you.
Yeah, exactly. The developer console is my child, because then I need to get my net graph up, man. I need to see all the numbers.
Well, see, that's just like, I mean, it's kind of disabling one of the good reasons to use Source. I mean, like,
Yeah, the openness. of it.
people know how to do that kind of stuff, and why not let them? Because it doesn't affect
It's
gameplay at all.
open source.
It's most definitely not open source. That's not what
I
that
know,
license told us.
I'm not a computer man. I just thought I'd make a really good pun.
Anyway,
Which is a bad pun.
I think we should probably wrap this up. I don't want to be in like
For sure.
2-hour-long session, and I think we covered a lot of bases. But I don't know. Is there anything like you want to say? I guess to people who see this, who are still watching, about the future of this game.
If you aren't sure about it, give it a little bit longer, and it'll probably get better. Well, it'll definitely get better, because we're working our asses off on it.
Yeah.
On top of that, if you've got feedback and you are playing it, well, one, thank you for playing it, but give us the feedback. We want to hear it. We want to make the game better for everyone except him.
Exactly. For a final statement, Blade Symphony is a really good game that is really pretty, sounds very nice, and is balanced around Nathan losing. What isn't there to love?
So as long as you're playing against
And I mean,
me,
there's only one Nathan, which means that everyone else, it's balanced
Exactly.
normally.
everyone can have a
If you
great
call
game
Nathan-
as long as you're playing against me.
As
If
long
you're
as,
called
as long as you're
Nathan,
not
please-
Nathan.
If your name is Nathan, please comment in the comments, and I will apologize to you profusely.
Yeah,
But,
it's not
know,
you guys. It's just me.
It's Nathan's fault.
I gotta
See you
say,
guys.
I like.
God,
Oh, I'll give my final opinions yet. But, yeah, I mean, I like the game. I came across it because I'd seen this game like 2 years ago, and I fell in love with it immediately. And then I finally saw that it was like in kind of a playable state. Played it. It was really fun. There's still things you need to improve. Obviously, that'll come with time. Like
definitely.
I think some of the animations could be fixed up. Obviously, more characters is good. Balancing, all that stuff. But I mean, it's like you just get a friend and you can play for like a while, just like perfecting your positioning and everything like that. It's good. It's a very good game.
That was me spraying a penis on your dead body, by the way.
Oh my god. Or well,
Art
alright.
leader,
Art leader
that.
spraying
Art
penis.
leader penis spray.
That's official. That's
Well,
in the
looks
game.
like- Looks like we're ending the game
With a map
video
change.
on a penis spray.
Nice.
Thank you everyone for joining us. I hope you enjoyed this dev talk or whatever the hell I choose to name the video.
Thank you so much for having me on, guys. It's been awesome.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. I'm really glad that I managed to meet up with you, and good luck with the game in the future.
We will be playing.
Cheers.
We will be watching.
And see you later.
Bye.
Hey, it's Jim from DoTheGames. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us. If you liked today's episode, you know what to do. And if you haven't already, you should subscribe, because we release DoTheGames episodes daily, and we do specials every week. And if you haven't already, tell your friends, tell your parents, tell everyone. Anyway, thank you very much.